But we're joined by Dr. Joel Wallach. He's a doctor of naturopathic medicine. He was nominated in 1991 for a Nobel Prize for his stunning discoveries in the use of trace minerals to prevent catastrophic diseases in newborns. It's now well known. That's just common knowledge that trace mineral deficiencies can cause all sorts of mental retardation, all sorts of disease. But it's Dr. Wallach who pioneered a lot of that. And, of course, he hosts the nationally syndicated radio program, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. You can find out more at nogerms.info. Dr. Wallach, it's great to have you here with us.
Well, thank you, Alex. It's just a real honor and a privilege, and look forward to the half hour.
You bet. Let's start with basically your philosophy, your discoveries, your worldview, and then put that in context with all the talk of forced inoculations, trying to make medical workers take the shot, and where our whole society is going with this type of medical mafia, this medical tyranny.
Well, the acknowledgement that we have medical tyranny goes back to June of 1776, when Benjamin Rush, who was the first U.S. Surgeon General, stated to the Continental Congress that he wanted a amendment in the Constitution, the rough of the Constitution, that said that people would have access to whatever health sciences they wanted equally as they did freedom of speech and freedom of religion, because, and I'm quoting him now, that if that doesn't happen, a single class of men would take over health sciences, and that would constitute the Bastille of health sciences, which is un-American, unquote. That was in June of 1776. And his worst nightmares have come to fruit. And it's a very scary thing because our healthcare system sucks from the top to the bottom, if I can use that term. And there's many, many indicators to this effect. And all the politicians, all they seem to want to do is to raise money to pay for ever-increasing costs without fixing the care that people get. And this is the interface that I like to jump in, where we, for instance, let's just take diabetes, which makes up 12% of the American population. 30 million Americans have type 2 diabetes. And we learned how to prevent and cure type 2 diabetes in 1957. This was work done at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. It is very credible. I've been using this system since 1978 and literally have helped tens of thousands of people every year since 1978 eliminate diabetes. It's very easily eliminated with a little nutritional supplementation program. And this was all determined by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, again, in 57. I don't know why, but I'm the only guy in the world that uses this. It was originally done in animals. It was shown to be true in human beings in 1977. It was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. And again, nobody uses it. And the reason is a simple diabetic who lives 25 years after diagnosis is worth $750,000 to his primary care physician. He's worth $3 million in total to all the other specialists, the eye specialists, the neurologists, the surgeons, cardiologists, endocrinologists, urologists, all the people involved with treating a diabetic is over $4 million. And they can actually be cured for $3 a day or less. And once the cure takes place, you can drop that down to maybe $1.50 a day just for maintenance. And this is not used because the medical system is not required by law to cure people when their cure is available. There's no law requiring doctors to cure people. There's no law requiring the pharmaceutical industry to make a percentage of their drugs as cures instead of just micromanaging blood sugar or micromanaging blood pressure. And when you micromanage blood sugar for diabetes, blood sugar is not the disease. You can have your blood sugar perfect and you'll still die from diabetes and get your feet cut off and go blind. Each year in America, Alex, and this is according to the Journal of the American Medical Association, according to the Center for Disease Control, which tracks disease and adverse events and misadventures by everybody in the United States out of Atlanta, Georgia, they say that in hospitals alone in America each year, there's 300,000 people who are killed by doctors. And these are people who go in there to get a toe amputated. They're going in there to get an ear operation, deliver a baby, and the doctors kill them.
Now, we all know people, and of course, that's the government's own numbers, is 300,000
yes.
From bad surgeries and dirty hospitals, but it's even more from bad drug interactions, as you know, doctor. and it's just getting worse and worse. I was going to ask you, but go ahead and finish your point. Why is diabetes skyrocketing so fast? But go ahead.
Okay, well, that's again because they have a misadventure in trying to figure out what's going on. They believe that diabetes is a genetic disease. It is not. It's a simple mineral deficiency disease. And they keep looking for the gene. They keep looking for some way to genetically engineer something they can inject into people and cure the disease. When we've known for 52 years how to end it, just like if you have iron deficiency anemia, give somebody iron and it goes away. You have somebody with rickets when they're a kid before their legs get misshapen, you give them vitamin D and it goes away. You have somebody with scurvy and you give them vitamin C and it goes away. You have somebody with diabetes and you give them these 2 trace minerals and it just goes away. This was proven again and published in the New England Journal of Medicine back in 1977 in humans. So this isn't just me, some dumb farm kid out here from Missouri making this up. This is quite scientifically correct. Now, I've only picked out one disease in the animal industry, and as pointed out earlier in the program, I'm a veterinarian as well as a physician. And in veterinary medicine, we've eliminated 900 different diseases using vitamins and minerals in their alfalfa pellets and their dog food and kibbles and bits. We don't have to use organ transplants or the stem cells or genetically engineered proteins or wonder drugs, because through nutrition we have eliminated all birth defects. Now that's pretty profound, Alex. By using preconception nutrition, supplementing at the highest level in the females before conception, we have eliminated all birth defects in animals. Now I'm saying Down syndrome, spina bifida, cleft palate, cleft lip, heart defects, autism that's related to birth problems. All of those things have been totally eliminated, again, by preconception nutrition. And we allow our women to run around, eat Twinkies and fried foods and drink soft drinks and wonder why the babies are born abnormal. And so we have to put together very simple things that veterinarians have done. There's no healthcare system for animals other than the person paying out of their own pocket to take them to a veterinarian.
And let me just add that several summers I worked for a large animal vet, Jess Adkins, in Freestone County. And before that, I worked for Dunn in Dallas for a few months before I went to work there. I guess about 6 months, actually, for a small animal vet. And they were all trained at A&M, Texas A&M, one of the best veterinary schools in the country. Both those doctors were veterinarian doctors of veterinary medicine, to be precise. And they routinely said, you got a mineral deficiency, or if cows were losing calves, you got a mineral deficiency. It's 101, but that's not taught anywhere because they want you to be diseased so they can cut, burn, and poison it, so they can sell you the treatment for the disease that was easily treatable with the minerals.
Yes, you're exactly right, Alex. These diseases are easily prevented and cured with nutritional formulas, which primarily 2/3 of which are minerals. And when medical doctors give somebody a treatment, a pharmaceutical, they are not focusing on treating the disease. They're managing the symptoms. They're making the patient comfortable, which is a good thing, but they're not going after the disease itself. And so people feel, hey, man, they got rid of my high blood pressure. My goodness gracious, my blood sugar is under control. And this is a false progress, because the disease will continue to move forward and kill you. Lose 25 years of your life. The last couple of years will be terribly miserable. And we rank 50th in the world right now, according to every agency in the world, when it comes to longevity. There's 49 other countries whose people live longer than us, yet we're spending 3/4 of the world's annual expenditure for healthcare. We spend more money for healthcare than all the other countries in the world put together, and we rank 50th. And so our healthcare system does not focus on prevention, on wellness, on reversing diseases with nutrition. And this is where your politics and my politics dovetail. We fit exactly, because I'm a libertarian. I believe that people should take responsibility, educate themselves. Grandparents need to treat their kids and their grandkids and their great-grandkids how to take care of themselves. And if we do this and bypass the medical system by taking responsibility, the information's here. And if we take responsibility, do things ourselves, the medical system will dry up from disuse. And the reason why the free market system did not kick in with the healthcare system, there was no competition. When Dr. A uses a particular drug and Dr. B uses the same drug, that's not the free market system. The free market system compares the results from medical doctors, MDs, NDs, naturopathic doctors, DOs, osteopaths, DCs, chiropractors, but that was never done. The government and the military only recognizes MDs.
All right, Dr. Joel Wallach, stay there. We're going to continue to discuss all of this on the other side. The fake MDs also misrepresent